Right, so we're here with Jurgen at the Jomox stand. Hey, Jurgen.
Hi, I'm Jurgen from Jomox, and what's new on the Superbooth 23? Yeah, we have something new.
Great. Let's see it.
Yeah. Okay, there we have finally the Mod FM, which has been announced last year, is now finally available later this year. Then we have the Moonwind Mark II.
Wow, cool name.
Thank you. People were laughing about the Moonwind. The first version came out in 2012, and my American partner, he said, "What's it called? Moonwind? You should change the name because I'm not a native speaker, and I didn't know what is to moon. To moon is to
exactly.
drop
exactly.
That
hadn't crossed my mind until now. But now you say it, yeah, it makes sense. But it looks beautiful, man. What is the Moonwind?
It's a stereo filter. It's a stereo filter with a sequencer and some improvements to the old version. You have a touchpad where you can edit the cutoff steps, and there's an inbuilt effects processor. Basically, the sound engine is the same like it was in 2012. When the first version came out, but now there's improvements. We have CV outputs and inputs and assignable CV inputs and a better signal routing compared to the original, and more hotkeys, more buttons to reach the important functions by just one hit and no menu diving, and same applies for the sequencer. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. And what about the Mod FM? What can you tell us about
the Mod FM? Is an 8-voice 4-operator FM synth with analog filters. It's a self-contained synthesizer, which is okay in Eurorack format, but actually it's a synth of its own. Maybe I could start a sequence, or
sure, please do.
Okay, there you go. This is now run by the clock and driven by the dubstep sequencer. So I have a matrix, so effects. Have this sound matrix, typical FM matrix. You can select algorithms. This is the full matrix, no algorithms, free matrix. But if I turn up the algorithms, it's only a lower set of the whole matrix that's available then, and you can change these modulations between the 4 operators.
And how many operators?
And there is, sorry?
Is it 4 operator?
Sorry, say it again.
How many operators does it have?
4 operators, 4 operators, yeah.
Excellent.
Maybe we should lower the volume. Sorry. We have a filter that's analog. It contains a 4 dB, 4 pole, 24 dB filter, and a 2 pole 12 dB filter that can be shaped as high pass and low pass and band pass continuously. Like that's what I do right now. Okay, we have additional LFOs that can act as VCOs. We route it into the signal chain.
That sounds really
That's
good.
what you just hear now. Okay. Also like to mention full MIDI, USB. The MIDI is the TSR MIDI. Everything's storable. Sorry, I'm a real bad player. You know, I'm not a player at all.
better than I am.
But let's sequence it. Okay, I can step through some. Okay.
lovely.
Forgot to mention we have a delay that can be beat synchronized.
Great.
And a reverb. So this is all contained in one machine.
And how many wave shapes for the oscillators?
Wave shapes? No, they are
The operator, sorry.
sinusoids. But
Okay.
the sound is derived from the interactions, from the modulation, like FM
I
is
see.
with
Yeah.
any FM. Of course, you could have different wave shapes. For the LFOs, you have 64 wave shapes.
Oh, excellent.
I
That's
mean,
cool.
these are here. Okay.
Hmm.
Like any sine wave or rectangles or pulse width and so on. But these are the LFOs that can act as VCOs, but not the matrix. The matrix of the FM is the operators are sine wave oscillators that interact with each other
Great.
by the modulations, and that forms the sound.
Amazing.
Furthermore, you have overtone modes. So that means the carrier one, in this case, the carrier one, C1, is the bass tone, and the others rely on that as overtones. You can hear that. So the number that's displayed on C2 is the number of the overtone related to the bass tone C1.
Cool.
And then you still can modulate from C2 to C1, depending on the algorithm selected. And these are the possible algorithms and interaction paths that are available.
Excellent. And is the Mod FM available now?
It'll be available late summer or fall 23. Yeah.
How much will you sell it for?
€1,000.
€1,000.
One
Okay,
grand.
nice round number. And
That's
how
the
about,
number.
How about the Moonwind?
The Moonwind will be around 800,
Okay.
850. I think I don't remember 8 or 850.
Okay. And available.
Don't get me wrong.
Don't hold you to that. Don't hold you to that. And is it out in fall as well, the Moonwind?
The info for the Moonwind, not yet. It'll be soon, right after the show, because I was so busy.
Yeah. And you also said you had this the
Yes,
Alpha Base 2.
and then we have
looks
still
beautiful.
something new. That's brand new. It'll come out next year. We still sell the Alpha Base, which came out in 2017 and is doing still very well. And now it was about time to make a Mark II. And this is the Mark II of the Alpha Base. Yeah, there's some improvements. We have a better display. We got rid of this old alphanumeric display, and now I have a graphics display that can show some waveforms and, for instance, some ADSR envelopes.
Nice.
You know,
That's good.
you see the graphics. It's so bright here. I know.
That's okay, though.
It's
It
a
does-
problem with the
I can say
with
that
the
it looks
OLED.
really
It's
nice.
it's an OLED display.
Yeah.
So we have better RGB LEDs that can have different colors, opposed to the old machine, you know. And plus, there are there have been added some buttons for easy access. The usability was somehow not a big problem with the old machine, but some people complain about, for instance, roll slam. So okay, let's turn down this one. If I want to create a roll flam, I just hit roll flam and then double click in the buttons, and then I can select. And I can change the scheme of the roll. Can have it like this is okay. Up to 12 steps between. Actually, the old machine can do that as well. but the usability was a bit limited, to be honest.
Yeah. And
Okay.
how many drum elements do you have on the alpha
There's
bass?
11 voices on this machine. The known kick drum. Kick drum and membrane are pure analog instruments,
Great.
and the other ones are samples combined with an analog filter. There's two channels with a height filter that has only a peak resonance but no real resonance, but optimized for height sounds. And then we have club to right. These are 4 channels with sample and multi-mode filter, analog and analog VCA envelope, and 2 channels pure digital ones,
With
and a little
samples?
FM synth, which was a gadget back in the days when
Oh, that sounds lovely.
yeah.
Really
Okay, thank you.
very-
Which is actually the blueprint for the mod FM.
Cool. And are these samples? Can you load samples in here?
You can load samples in there. You can even easier sample. That's why there's, for instance, the record sample function. I can show you if maybe we can. I just hit, for instance, I hit record sample, then it opens the monitor, and I hit, and it's recording now. There we are. I can use that in the sequence, or I can store it into the internal flash now.
Great. Did it record from a threshold volume?
It recorded from a set threshold volume. Right.
Excellent. Oh, that's cool.
There's other options like there was in the old Alpha Bass too, but just to show you,
Yeah,
you know,
super easy.
I can.
Very
It's
nice.
super easy. Now I can go here, make a sequence with that sound, that particular sound.
Really warm, really rich sounds on this.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Stop it. Okay. And this sample I can now store to a fixed channel, to a fixed flash ROM memory channel. I'm just doing this now. And I can use it with the other instruments that have a filter. Let's see if that worked. I think so. Ah, okay.
And are you able to kind of save sets of sounds? Can you save sort of groups?
Remember that was the sound we just recorded. And I can route it into the filter and even make some weird sequences with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Weird is good.
Oh. Yeah. So let's go on with some presets in the machine. Basically, the sound engine stays the same like the old Alpha Bass was. Many people came by and said, "Okay, my God, this is the best sounding drum machine I've ever had."
It sounds
Okay,
great.
I don't want to be too proud about it. But okay, the only thing is the usability. And okay, I forgot to mention, we have an easy access to parameter locks. You just hit. Let's do it with a kick drum. You just hit record parameter.
Really good. And yeah, what sort of I/O have you got on the back? I can see there's lots of labels here.
Sorry?
What sort of inputs and outputs do you have? I can see there's everything's nicely labeled.
Every
here.
instrument has an individual output, except for the digital ones because they only appear on the mix out.
Excellent.
You have reverb. But you can turn off the reverb easily. Yeah, and these 4 channels are actually self-contained little synthesizers because you have a filter, you have LFOs that can apply on the filter as well. And you have even something that's called metal noise, and I can route that into the filter. Makes it an analog instrument again. There you are. Metal noise can have different shapes.
Nice.
And in combination with a filter envelope and the VCA envelope, it forms an analog instrument again.
Great. Oh, that's lovely, yeah. That movement's really great. And so when will the Mark II be available? When's it
Next
out?
year. Next year.
Okay.
No further information because I haven't even started with production and getting things done because this is a prototype, and as soon as the Superbooth ends, which is tonight, we finish the
Work begins again.
The work begins again.
Great. Well, thank you for showing us, Jurgen.
Okay.
Do you have a rough price? Do you know roughly how much this will be? When
It'll
it's
be
out?
a little bit higher than the old one, but not too much. I hope we can stay below 2,000
Great.
euros.
Well, they're lovely devices. They do sound great. It's nice to hear the best drum
Thank
machine
you.
ever.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of the show, Jurgen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.